Even as a child, Eugene Burkhart had an affinity for arranging flowers. He entered his first competition at the tender age of 9 and has since won over 1,500 awards for his creations. He has published numerous articles, is an avid teacher, and the recipient of several prestigious awards. For his invaluable contribution in 2005, he received the Pagoda Award for Lifetime Achievement honored by the Berks Arts Council. Eugene invited me to his studio at the Goggle Works in Reading, Pennsylvania, to learn more about the fascinating art of flower pressing. We're here at the Goggle Works studio with an extremely talented pressed floral artist named Eugene Burkhart. Eugene, how did you get started in this art?
Well, it started really back as a very young boy. My grandmother taught me some things that she knew, about gardening and so forth. And in second grade, I decided I was going to enter the second grade class, Arrangement in a Seashell. From there, it just continued until college. I was entering the Philadelphia Flower Show in three-dimensional. And I kept watching the pressed flower division, and I thought, I think I can do this.
Yeah.
It did take me 5 years to win a blue ribbon, but it was worth it.
I'm sure it takes others much longer and haven't won a blue ribbon yet. So now you have a degree in horticulture. Do you think that sort of helps you with your art? Like you can identify flowers and maybe know how they'll press?
I think it definitely has helped me. I feel I know a lot more flowers than maybe the average person. I had some white roses and they turned brown and you could really see the veins in the petals. I saved them, and after I looked at those I thought, gluing 3 of those together, I can cut a seahorse out of that.
You do have a book here which has step-by-step instructions, pictures of different types of flowers that are pressed so you know what they look like in actual size.
There's approximately 150 flowers and leaves. That way, if people like what they see, they can go to their garden center or nursery and then purchase those plants.
Now, Eugene, of all the materials you could work with as an artist, why did you choose flowers?
I guess because of my interest, dating back, as a childhood, and I feel that, in nature we get such beautiful flowers and they're such short-lived, and this is a way to keep that lasting beauty for many years to come.
Well, we're going to get going on a demo and I can't wait to work.
Well, it's going to be a pleasure to be working with you, and I'm sure you're going to come up with a very interesting design.
I'm sure I'll be impressed. Pressing flowers in their prime bloom to create artistically preserved samples is an age-old practice. Today, they are pressed using traditional flower presses or recycled foam books. It all starts with choosing the desired plant material and pressing them carefully. After about 4 weeks, the samples are ready to be used in a design. Okay, Jean, so now you're going to show me actually how to press some flowers, right?
Correct.
All right, well, tell me a little bit about these presses. There's a beautiful one here. It's a little custom, but then a foam book is also good.
This is a traditional flower press that has your screws and the wing nuts, and this, of course, has a fancy design on the top.
Right.
Another way that you can press flowers, which people are amazed at, and we're going to start with that today, is we're going to use
a foam book.
A recycled foam book. We're going to cut the back off. When you're pressing, you always put it face down.
It's funny, I probably would have done the opposite if this was a quiz.
You're gonna find out that you get a better press that way. You wanna vary the different stages of bloom. You wanna have some that are maybe buds,
right, or
some that are fully open. And that way, when you go to make your design, it gives you a nice variety of sizes and things like that.
Right.
Try not to peak during those 4 weeks, because believe it or not, when you peak, it does move the plant material around. And the number one thing you need to remember is you want to put at least 15 pounds of additional weight on the top. Okay, I think
very good. Phone book done.
Right.
After that lesson in pressing, it was time to actually create designs with the plant material. Jean agreed to teach me a simple floral pattern. Since the Victorian era, artists have been creating 2- and 3-dimensional designs with pressed, dried whole flowers and foliage. The earliest pressed designs were the botanicals, where the entire plant with their roots were pressed and mounted. But artists like Eugene create pressed art designs by combining a variety of plant material pressed separately. All right, Jean, so we have our finished product, which I have to say is pretty good. And it wasn't that difficult to do. We pressed the flowers first.
Right.
Then we chose this beautiful frame, some acid-free paper cut to size, and a mat. Then we laid out a variety of choices here. Once we were satisfied with that, we glued it down, put it in the frame, signed it, done.
Ready to be used in your home or office.
So now, how do you think I did?
Well, Elizabeth, I think you did a great job. First of all, I love the complement of the blue mat with the frame.
Agreed.
And then after you had that mat chosen, I love the blue that you picked up with the blue salvia and complemented with the red and the yellow flowers, and then added the ferns. And I think it has a nice flow to it and very eye appealing.
Thank you. It's got a good symmetry. I'm an even Steven type of person, so I like it. I based it really more on the colors than the flowers themselves. Jean has had numerous opportunities to showcase his art publicly. Some of those fabulous pieces are displayed on the walls of his studio. I asked him about a couple of my favorites. So now, Jean, we're taking a look at your intricate cutting work here. This is completely different than some of the traditional ones. Tell me about it.
So we did the traditional form and showed the traditional form. This is what we consider the contemporary form of pressed flower art. And what I do here is I draw the design to scale first, and then after I have it drawn to scale on a separate piece of paper, I then cut the plant material to the size and the shape that I need, and then glue piece by piece. Eugene lives by the principle that perhaps the most beautiful art is found in nature. This is why he endeavors to preserve its beauty through the art of pressing. For Eugene, it is a lifelong endeavor to use his art to awaken in us a similar sense of wonder at the beauty that surrounds us.